Face centered. Speech off.
Hi guys, it's VI Life with Kelly. You already know what I'm doing. I'm listening to the videos to make sure that what I think I have is what it actually is. It is the third night of the year. Boom. I got on here to tell you guys that you are not for everyone, and everyone is not for you. Yeah. I watch a few YouTube channels regularly, and when I get on social media, as soon as you get on there, then your news feed is there, and whatever's there is there. And it's always interesting, like what's the first thing that's there when I open it. But some of the comments and posts give me ideas, and like a lot of the focus, most people's focus is what is like money, finance, and sex, right? The three things that will make or break your relationship. I did a video on that, but the the key ingredient to making the money, finance, and sex combination work is God, and you all agreeing on who God is and that relationship for your union and for your family, right? So anyway, as I've been seeking God um daily, and I have been moving into the new year for a few months now, I've already been, you know, training myself to do the things that I want to become a routine for me this year. It's just been over and over a parent of cleansing and understanding and becoming more and more comfortable and satisfied with everyone is not for you, and you are not for everybody. So concern with pleasing people is not the focus. Concern with, drawing in is not the focus, or acceptability, or even comfortability. Um, it's not the focus. It's to be highly selective, honestly. It's to know yourself so well that you resonate quickly with who is for you and who is not. And that's the focus. Your circle is truly the focus. You don't have to work hard for what works. Like, y'all are on the same page, and that's like in all areas of your life. That's personal and business, right? That's spiritual and socially. So I don't know who this video is for, but I just kept having it in me to do this video, like to remind myself, you are not for everyone. Everyone is not for you. And that's just the truth. Like, that's our daily fact. And so some people come into your life for a season, for a day, for a moment, and whether you know it or not, we're in the game of life, and we can't score unless we pass the ball. If there's no open lane for us to drive and hit the alley-oop or get the clear shot, then we have to have that backup plan. We have to set those screens. We have to be ready to pass the ball and know who is the best option or what's looking like it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So for you all who don't get into sports and things of that nature, what I'm saying is the majority of the people that you're gonna come into contact with, whether that's virtually or in person, by phone, by chance, what have you, they need a prayer. That's what they need. They need a prayer, because they're going through something. They've just gotten through something. They're on their way into something else. And you are the light at the end of the day. You're the light at the beginning of the day. You're the light throughout the day. And it makes a huge difference. Like, God put that in me over the last 2 weeks. I have had some truly random experiences, and some of it caught me off guard. Some of it was quite unexpected, and then some of it was more of the same. But the approach, the perspective for me was different. It was like, this is not a time to be emotional. Like, this is not a time to tap into those feelings. This is a time to regroup and set the atmosphere. Put God all over this, the angels, and let it be. Like, watch him work. Every single situation I've been in, applying that, even in Miami, it just like calmed everything, just brought peace, and it truly eliminated the frustration, because it was like, I'm in agreement with God's plan, so however that's supposed to go, that's all I want. I don't want any extra. I don't want pushback. I don't want to fight for anything other than God's way, because that's going to be clear and smooth. So even with dating, you guys, there are a lot of people on the verge of nervous breakdowns. There are a lot of people that are battling mental illness, schizophrenia. You get these videos like all the time popping up talking about so many different diagnoses. People are really battling with reality, and it's just the truth. Like, that's what it is. So when you come across people that you can clearly understand there's something going on, you need to pray. You need to pray over them. You need to pray with them. I have a neighbor who recently approached me, initially like, if there's anything I can do for you, XYZ. And then all in the same next conversation was like, well, now that I have you, la la la, like that quick, you all went from, oh wow, you live here, take my number if you ever need any help, blah blah blah, anything I can do for you, all on the whole, I have visual impairment. He sees me with my cane, I came out the building, I'm getting in, my lift, like, oh, so that's nice. But then the next conversation is like, what are you doing? Now that I have you. He went from telling, he's on the prayer line and all this other stuff. He works from home. He owns several companies, all these wonderful things that people say. But you have to look at the follow through. If it doesn't add up, it's just foolery. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell when a person is battling spiritually. They're really battling, or they're utilizing, spins to gain an advantage with you. And no matter what their foolery is, I wouldn't spend time trying to figure that out. I would just put prayer on it and move accordingly. Like, okay, cool. Thank you, Lord, for removing this person out of my way, showing their hand. Thank you, Lord, for showing the desires of their heart, their true intention. Lord, if this person is the right person for me, then let it increase and be blessed by you. And if not, then let them be removed quickly. Of course, the gentleman was removed quickly. You can't, you know, say you're a boss, all this other stuff. I spend at least an hour in prayer every day. All of that. Want to be what's it called? Good Samaritan. All of that to now you have me. How do you have me in seconds? We have nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're neighbors. We've not done a single thing. And it stops you in your tracks. Like, is this gentleman under duress? Like, is he getting ready to be on the streets? Is he, fresh out? Did he just get, over here from another country and he needs paperwork? Like, so many things, like, oh, or do I just look like the one that you just say stuff like that and then that's gonna get it? All of it's low vibration, low level, and even, pondering those thoughts, are a waste of your time. It's no need to sit up here and try to understand or map out the goals of the insane. You know what I'm saying? Or the goals of the low level, low vibration, person. Or, why sit up here and figure out why, this person, is low class? Like they project their failures onto you, stereotyping, like looking like, oh, boom, she's a black woman. Boom, she's by herself, evidently, because she's getting in a lift. Boom, she's visually impaired. So, great, I can just offer her a ride and some security of exclusivity in 5 seconds and act like I'm a spiritual man, and boom, that should gain her trust and I can get what I want out of her. That's how that comes across. Totally disingenuous, and it's tons of guys that do that to me. And I feel sorry for them because God doesn't play about me, and the wages of sin are death. So when you attempt to toy with God's woman, God's gift, and play with my mind, utilize what you perceive as disadvantages that I have, attempt to take advantage of me, misuse me, all those disgusting things, you will pay for that, and they do. And every single time when God puts in my spirit to talk to them, I say, it's better for you to align yourself with the truth, with what it is you actually want, and say that so that you can have that with the right person, rather than to mislead and deceive me, and find out that you're still not going to get those things from me, and whatever time of mine that you've wasted or whatever you have gotten out of me, have to pay dearly for that, because God doesn't play about me. And it's amazing to me as well as to how people really, I know for a fact that people really don't believe there is a God of all, and how they don't believe that he's right here. He's right here, right now, watching every single one of us, every single thing we say and do. He's present. And so, when they go into these disgusting low level moments, it's just another affirmation that people will do anything to have the best. People will go to great lengths when they think they're incapable of achieving, when they think they are not suitable, when they think they are inadequate, when they think they are lacking, even when they think they are deserving and they've just received the short end of the stick. They will con you, misrepresent you. They will attempt to batter you. They will attempt to justify themselves by creating a persona that you have never been. But they need to legitimize the foolery. They need to legitimize the injustices. They need to legitimize the attempt, the attacks, the lies, the willful deceit, in order to attain something that was never theirs, that they never were eligible for, that they never qualified for. Now, in the previous video, I read to you all the tweet from Dr. Jolynn Whitaker, and it was so good because I had to look up the word when it said contagious. I looked that word up because I was like, what does that mean? Because it said contagious, dishonorable, dishonest people. It said God wanted me to keep away from those types of people. And once he showed me who and how they are, to establish distance from them, like immediately, right? So I looked it up, and it was like persons who stir up strife, like quarrelers, bickering, they stir up mess. And I was like, oh wow, that is so deep, because that's exactly what the people that don't belong with you, that's what they do. They bring complication and confusion into your life. They draw the energy that you need to live your purpose and the plan that God gives you, and they take you off path. They distract you, and they bring you down, right? They bring you down, and then it takes so much energy to come back up. And what we have to do is refuse. We have to refuse to be brought down, to open up ourselves and our circles to these types of people. They always show us who they are at the beginning. The red flags are all over them. Anyone that's gone through tremendous trauma, in the last 6 to 12 months is not dateable. They're not a person to go into business with at this time. They're not a person to bring into your social circle. They might not even be a person to bring into your spiritual home, honestly. They may be a person that you just need to come and go. You uplift them in prayer, and ask God to guide them on the right path to a place that will be able to help them. And that is all. Every business deal is not your business deal. Every location is just not your location. And you really have to pay attention to the way the people are managing their current circle. Or even if they have a circle, and why do they not have a circle? If a person starts opening up to you that they are battling with mental illness, that they have had prolonged psychological evaluations, they have been a victim of child abuse, and they're well into their 50s. Okay, guys, people that are still discussing childhood trauma in their 40s and late 40s and 50s, and these persons have not overcome and never have gotten to the reality of these things happen to you. This was wrong. It should not have happened to you, but you've overcome, and you've been blessed to become the man or the woman that you are, so that you can affect real change out here. And your cross to bear is a testimony and a testament and inspiration. And maybe what you want to do is start a seminar or a workshop. Talk to parents about the importance of XYZ, whatever you did or didn't have. Talk to kids, become a mentor about overcoming adversity, about the importance of mental health, about fighting for it and establishing it young, so that you will have the fortitude to overcome and persevere through life's challenges, so that you can be a healthy partner in your love life and become a healthy spouse and have a great relationship with your children. Like, there's so many things and levels that people are missing, and become trauma transfers. They become paths, these open vessels that just continue to transfer the trauma because they can't get past 9 years of age, 13 years of age, 17 years of age. Like, whenever the trauma happened, they can't get over it, they can't get past it, they can't get under it. But they clean up nice, and they get lonely, and eventually they turn into whatever they need to turn into to draw others in, to hurt them, and move on, because that's all trauma transfers are capable of doing, is hurting others and moving on. They can't stay, they don't stay, they don't um cultivate long-term relationships. They hurt others and move on. They always find an angle. Something's wrong with you, something you did. They allow the paranoia and the fear of the past. I'm got to get away from this situation. And they never pick suitable candidates. Like, they never find themselves with a suitable candidate from the beginning. And that's what happens when you don't do the work. When you don't do the work of healing and trusting God that He loves you enough, that you're deserving enough, you're worthy enough for God to come through and fulfill His promise that He created, designed, and birthed the perfect person for you, that He has the perfect plan for your life, He has the perfect purpose for you, and you can walk in that right now today. Open your heart up to Him and walk in it. But a lot of people don't do that. And then you have people like me that I'm just not willing to date. I'm not at this time. I get real peaceful about it because I just don't want to. I don't want to, guys. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to, guys. Like, it's exhausting. And I rather spend my time on the beach listening to the waves. I'd rather, have a nice meal. I'd rather clean my house. I'd rather read books. Like, there's so many other things that I'd rather do than to find myself in in a session. Because that's what this dating crap is, you guys. you become a psychologist. And so what do psychologists do? They assess, they get to know people so they can find out, what are your goals and what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and how they can help you reach your goals. That's what dating is. It's like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Great, great. Where are you from? Where are you from? Cool, cool, cool. So, what are you looking for? Oh, okay, great. Me too. Okay, yeah. So, how long you been single? This and that. I mean, you go into the whole little conversation thing, and by the time you're finished with the conversation, you find out, they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, or, they've lied about everything they told you in the first 10 minutes. By the time you've gotten to 30, 40 minutes, you find out the whole first 10 minutes was a complete lie. Or you just find out they're not ready for much. You know what I mean? They're not sure about who God is. They don't have a relationship with God. They have a few thousand habits that don't work for you. At the end of the day, they're really not, in a place of stability to really want anything more than companionship. They're still married, they're still tied up in things, they're paying quite a bit of child support all over the place. Their credit is wrecked, they're bankrupt. Like, you find out so many things that you just have to be like, wow, I wish I didn't go on a date with this person, because I hate feeling like I have utilized somebody's valuable resources. Like, mm-mm. And I know people will be like, the man asked you out, that's his, no, this and that. But I feel bad for people, because people put themselves in terrible situations trying to pretend and hope, that it worked. It's weird. It's a very strange dynamic, you all. It's not funny, but it is, because it's like, baby, as soon as you stop pretending, you can start living. As soon as you stop with all of this, you can heal up and be the man God designed you to be. You can actually boss up. Like, it's not over for you. You can actually bounce back. You can. You can line up with God's creation for you, and you really can do the dang thing. But, they have to believe. My biggest problem for myself is believing in the best of others that they don't even see for themselves. Like, I'm always everybody's biggest cheerleader. Like, I'm always with the grandiose. Like, oh my gosh, if you call me and tell me you want to bake cookies, I'm like seeing in my mind a gourmet cookie shop at the, shops at Lennox or something. Like, oh my God, you could open up a storefront and you can make the cookies and sell them. And like, I'm going off. Whereas this person was just thinking about baking cookies on a YouTube channel, and they're just like, dang, I wasn't even trying to do all of that. And now they feel bad to tell me what their real idea was, because they feel like I'm gonna be looking at them like, that's it. But I'm gonna be happy for you, however it is for you. But that's what happens, like, so I'll be like, let me stick with my YouTube channel. I can tell you guys all my truth on here. Y'all don't have to feel some type of way. And I can enjoy you all. You guys can enjoy me. No harm, no foul. Because people are mean out here, guys. People are mean. And it's getting to a place where people do not care. Like, the concern level is low. I praise God that I am always interacting with wonderful spirits everywhere I go. I pray. Like I said, I pray a lot. And God just places, good people, and then God steers me away when it's not a good day for it. God will be like, "No, that's not a good day for that," or "Let's not go over here." Like, it'll just be in my spirit, like, "Okay, I'm staying home today." If I go in a store and it's like no customer service, or like the persons that are available, is you can already just tell, I'll just be like, "Oh, never mind, let me just come back. I'm gonna come back." Like, it's just, there's no need, you all. There's just no need for you to just be pushing yourself in spaces and places you don't belong. You are not for everybody. Everybody is not for you, and that's okay. And the sooner that you get cool with that, the better your life is going to be. We're not here to take care of everybody. We're not here to sacrifice ourselves for everybody. We're not here to do the most. We're here to serve God through doing our best each day, being our best and doing our best each day. One thing I find superiorly interesting is the people that I attract. Um, it's really bizarre to me. It's like a Rubik's Cube thing situation. Like, it's attractive enough to make you pick it up and try to figure out how to put all the red on one side, all the blue on one side, all the green on one side, all the yellow. Like, it's attractive enough to do that, but then it's not it's not intriguing enough to make me really figure it out. Like, I'll put it back down after a few minutes, like, well, I got one side done. Put that and put it back down. Because, like,
Speech on. Face entered. Speech off.
because, guys, like, I will be attracting guys that I am not interested in. And the flaw in me will be like, well, maybe I need to be. Like, he's acting like he's really hyped about it. Maybe I need to be. But in my spirit, it's a no from jump. Like, nope, not interested. And me, in an attempt to be like, oh, let me be open-minded, because, and I don't like hurting people's feelings. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me be nice, whatever. But let me tell you guys something. The let me be nice is not good either anymore. I think let me be nice is cool, like in your teens and early 20s. I think a let me be nice, but you need to say that you're in a relationship. Like, I'm just gonna tell y'all. And you just do. You need to say, like, I'm not dating right now, or you need to say something with it, like, you're really sweet, I really appreciate it. Excuse me, guys. I really appreciate it, but, like, I'm not dating right now. I'm in a relationship, like, I'm fasting, like, if we're meant to be, we'll see each other again. Like, you need to have a sentence nowadays, because being nice, these guys are cussing you out. They are, like, really, really beyond, traumatized. Guys, they are really getting mad. And so, um, you know, I just feel like if people would slow down, which is what I talk about a lot, I'm like, slow down, stop trying to skip the process. Like, I don't know, it's weird because you have so much social media that it's created such a paranoid experience. Y'all see, this is a sleepy vlog. I'm about to let you guys go. But anyway, it's become such like a paranoid experience that the more chill you are, like, one of y'all is super chill and open to the relationship and the other person is not. The other person is like, if you touch your phone, they like, who are you texting? What are you looking at? And they're steadily stalking you online. Like, they're pretending like they're not stalking you, but you're literally checking the time or the weather on your phone. and they're thinking that you jumped on some type of app, and so they're looking like everywhere. Let me see if she's on this and that, this and that. They're checking your social media to see if you liked anything, said anything. Like it's crazy. And then the thing about it is, the more they act like that, in one regard, you're thinking like, okay, so they're really into me. That's cute. And you're like, babe, I'm not doing none of that. Like, chill. I like you. Why would I do that in your face? Like, and you like try to show them like, look, I just touched the screen. It tells me the time. It tells me the weather. Like, you do things like that. And they want to believe so bad, but they can't. And I'm going to tell you a lot of the reasons why they can't is because they know they're still on these apps. They know they have these sidebar conversations. A lot of them carry on still with their exes and crap. And so it's like, why would I get somebody that's going to be right to me when I'm thoroughly doing whatever, all of this extra that I don't dare want them to do? So it's just a mess that I prefer to stay out of. And you will think like me, I like to date older guys, 50s and stuff like that. And because I think they're going to be more chill, I think they're not going to be on the social media and stuff like that, but they're rude. Like, not every single one, but a lot of them, they're really rude, guys. They're like, they think they've got you mapped out. They treat you like a child. They will be, more so like super guarded, because I don't know, it's like they want you to want them. They're attracted to you at the same time. They don't believe it, or they're thinking the whole time that you just want to be with them because you think they're older and you can play with them. And so all of it is garbage, guys. People, I'm not even about to put this on men or women. People who are established, who know themselves, who are confident about who God is and have a real relationship with God, they don't think and move with all of this extra. They don't. These people just want what they want and they're cool with it. Like, they're cool with it not being that, like, you not being the match. That's fine. It's not even about, oh, I need to be hurting your feelings, they're just talking crazy to you, or I don't know, all this other stuff. It's just they're cool with it. They're like, okay, cool, well, nice meeting you, thank you. And people that have peace with themselves are not all over the freaking social media. And guys, they're definitely not worried about you being on yours or any, because you know why? Because they don't do it and they're not giving that. So they're not anticipating, expecting it back. That's how we move. If I'm with you and I'm getting to know you, and you're social media, I dated a guy who was a social media person. That guy was all, when I tell y'all, this guy that I dated, we couldn't do anything without him snapping pictures, texting about it, like everything. He was a social media head. I never was worried, never had a moment of doubt of his faithfulness. I never was concerned. Like, if we wasn't together, I did not get on Facebook like, oh, let me see what he posted. Let me see where he's at. Let me check his location. We never even did that. I never even said to him like, well, let's share our locations with each other. I don't care. No. I just never been the type of girl that's with a guy that I think that I have to worry about his faithfulness to me. I've never ever dated a guy that I thought for one moment he wanted another woman the way he wanted me, that he was spending time with another woman the way he spent time with me. I just never have. I never will. I will not date you if I question your sincerity to me. Like, I will not commit myself to doing anything with you if I question that it's a possibility you want somebody else. You want your ex, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-wife. If I think for 1 second it's a possibility you could get aroused or stimulated for another woman the way you feel for me, we won't make it. We won't. And I feel like people that have peace within themselves, I know they are a great person, a great catch, and understand that I'm not for everybody. I'm not even trying to be for everyone. I am for my one. When you roll like that, like, it's cool. Everything is a great day. You're not tripping, but this other stuff that goes on out here, that's what makes me fall back. Like, well, that's cool. You know, that's fine. I'm always going to be the unique girl in the room, with or without the cane, with or without the shades. I'm always going to be the one, like, in the room full of red hots. You know what I mean? I'm going to be the lemon head. In a room full of, like, M&Ms, I'm going to be the Hershey nugget. You know, like, it's always been that way. And over time, and that's me. It's like I've grown into that place, and it's good for me. It feels, if I'm not in that space, it's like, what is going on here? You know what I mean? That's what I always am. I'm used to being that girl, that person. And so somebody needs to know that it's okay. That actually is absolutely perfect. That you're not for everybody and everybody is not for you. And that this is your year to have what is for you, though. This is your year to have what is for you. So be in the position to be blessed. That's what that means. Be in the position to have what God has promised you. Be in that position. Don't hold on to anyone that's not for you, anything that's not for you. Don't stay at jobs. Don't stay in places. Don't keep others around and attempt not to be lonely or look incompatible or look like you can't. Don't do any of that. Be real good with being in the position to be blessed. Living by faith. Go on and invest in every single thing you can that's going to increase you, that's going to push you, place you exactly where you belong, thriving in the overflow, in the abundance, in your creation as the royalty of God. The cream rises to the top, pressure makes a diamond. So you should be floating high. That's what you should be doing. Okay, guys, well, I better stop now before it ends up being the 4th day of the year, before you get to watch this. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. Hugs and kisses, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend.
Speech on. Stop recording video.